Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farm, and today we're going to be doing a real test on this 35 horsepower MechMaxx chipper. We're going to use the bighorn to pull it up on the hill and start putting some wood chips down on the new trail that we built across the property. I've also got some channel updates, some big things going on with me that I just thought I would tell you guys about. But I don't want to waste time at the beginning. Let's just get this thing up there and get started using it. This moment right here is what I like to call Brock did not think this process through. Because my intention was that I would get a towable chipper, I would drive down my trail and just blow chips out the back, then drive forward and blow more chips, and just drive the trail shooting out wood chips. Problem is that you don't feed the chipper from the same side that it shoots chips out of. So, with a towable chipper, I could disconnect this every time. I could lift it off there and point it wherever I want. But you've got to be able to feed chips in from behind, and you need the chip. You don't want the chips to shoot into the bed of the side-by-side. And I thought, well, they should have turned that the other way. Well, then you wouldn't be able to feed chips. I wonder if these should go 90 degrees, but then it'd be, wide to tow. You don't want to tow something that's really wide. So I don't know what the best solution is. I'm going to try using it like this and see how well that works. The alternative is I could take the chipper to the brush pile and chip into my trailer and bring the wood chips up here with the trailer. So it's a choice about, it's always about finding the most efficient way to do it. Should I chip at the brush pile and then trailer all the wood chips up the trail? Or should I bring brush to the chipper sitting on the trail? We're going to try it. So all of the MechMaxx stuff has high capabilities at low prices, which is a great combination. But it's made in China, and we all have our decisions to make about whether we want to buy the made in China products or if we want to pay more for made in the USA. This has a Zonson 1000cc 35 horsepower engine. Really, as I assembled this, I was impressed with the build quality. Now, one thing you don't have on these towable chippers is a hydraulic infeed. The Woodland Mills 3-point chippers that I've shown in the past all had a hydraulic infeed, which makes the work easier of feeding material in. So one thing I'm going to be learning throughout this video is how much difference does that really make? How much easier does that make your life when you've got that roller? So I am essentially trying to review a couple of different things for you as the viewer in this video. One of those things is, does it make more sense to have a towable chipper or a 3-point chipper? With the 3-point chipper, I always kind of thought one downside is that you can't have someone bring branches to you and you sit there and feed them. So it's less effective for having a 2-man crew cleaning up a big job. Because basically, if you want to chip directly where you want the chips to be, then you can't use your tractor at the same time. The positive to the PTO chipper is if you have a tractor with more power than this 35 horsepower engine, then your chipper has more power. That is a big branch. Then with the towable chipper, you have a second engine to maintain. But with the 3-point chipper, you're putting a lot of hours onto a very expensive machine to do something that could be done with the towable. So there's pros and cons to it, just like anything else. The second thing I'm reviewing is this specific chipper. And in general, in the past, I've considered the freestanding gas-powered chippers to not be worth my time because they just weren't powerful enough. They wouldn't handle big enough material. But this is a huge freestanding. As far as a homeowner grade freestanding towable chipper, this is a big one. And I was really surprised by what it was able to do. Some of the branches that I'm feeding through this are really big and they're long. Now with a big branch, if you're feeding it, it can pull itself in so fast that it bogs it down, and you'll hear it do that on the biggest limbs that I put in. If you had the ability to stop the feed for a second but leave the blade turning and let the engine rev back up, that would help. But I didn't kill it, and I put some big stuff through it. I think this way of doing it would work a lot better if I had a trail that was 12 or 15 foot wide. And eventually this trail may be that wide, but right now it's 8 foot. And to make this chute onto the trail, I'm already halfway off the trail and I have to point that chute down. And having a chute that's straight up and then tilting the cap straight down leads it to get kind of clogged up there at the top, and you don't want that. So I think this would work a lot better if I could drive next to the trail, shoot them on the trail, but I can't drive next to the trail here. So what I'm doing would work. I don't know if it's the most efficient, so I think I'm going to take the chipper to the pile of branches and chip into the trailer and see if that works better. Now I know another comment I'm going to get because I got the same comment when I did my last review on the Woodland Mills chipper. And that is that all of this is pine and pine is easy to chip. And that's true, but I don't have an oak tree down that needs chipped right now. I did put an oak 2x4 rough sawing off of the sawmill through it in the last video, fed that whole 2x4 through, and it chopped it up. So it would struggle more with the same diameter of oak limb than pine, but I think you get a pretty good reference. So the pros and cons of the two methods I'm using here is all about time and efficiency. With the method of parking the chipper on the trail and bringing the brush to it, the extra time is driving the tractor back and forth. With the method of using a trailer and chipping into the trailer, the downside to that is the time it takes to drive back and forth with the trailer, and the trailer will move a lot faster and it's more efficient, but you do have kind of a slow dump time on the electric trailer and you have to wait for it to go up and down. And then the next thing is which is doing a better job of spreading the chips and which one leaves me spending more time raking. When I got this, I wasn't sure how handy it would be, but this ATV wagon has been awesome. You know, it's got its own brakes, it's got an electric dump, it pulls really smooth, and I was thinking of it for big projects, hauling tons of dirt up onto the hill, but I've been using it a ton for little stuff. Put all of our camping gear in it, haul it up there to take the grandkids camping, just moving stuff around the property in general. It's been a great pickup. While I'm at it, I guess I'll mention that this ATV wagon and the MechMaxx chipper both have discount codes where you can save 5% by using my code. So I'll put the discount code for both of those products in the video description. Now the MechMaxx code is not just for that specific chipper. They've got like a dozen chippers on their website, but they also have a ton of other tractor attachments, all kinds of stuff. If you're in the market for any of that, you can use my code, save a little bit of money. I mentioned at the beginning that I wanted to give you guys kind of a channel update. I have so many plans and so much I want to get done. And my daughter told me last week that her plan for how my grandkids were going to get their daycare this summer while she's at work fell through. And she now has no daycare option except for me. And I've got all these plans and all these things I want to do. And my very first reaction was annoyance to say, this is going to hurt my YouTube channel. I can't be out making videos. I can't do my projects. I can't finish my trail. It's going to be hard to do all the things that I want to do and that I have energy and excitement about. But then I stopped and thought about it and remembered what life is really about. Like, I want to make YouTube videos and I want to build a trail, but how many times in your life do you have this opportunity where, I mean, it's just such a blessing that I can just spend whole days with my grandkids. And right now they're little and they get excited to spend time with me. When they're 15, they're not going to be, hey, can we spend the whole day with you? Do you want to go to IHOP? You know, can you buy me a coloring book? All of those memories can only be made today. I can't make those memories in 10 years. So I stopped myself long enough to settle in the fact that this is a blessing and I need to enjoy it and take it as a blessing. And that we should probably all try to think about that and pull at both sides, because I'm ambitious and I have goals and I have things I want to do. But no, I'll never look back at 80 years old and say, I wish I had spent more time working on that trail, as opposed to, I wish I had invested more time into my grandkids. So that's today's Thoughts with Brock. One more thing while we're talking is I really enjoy making YouTube videos. I love doing it. And the other thing I love doing is helping other people make YouTube videos and try to live the same dream that I am, where I'm able to earn a living working on routine things here on my property. And if that's your dream and that's your vision to make YouTube videos for a living or as a side job, I have a consulting channel that is just teaching people how to do what I do. I'm publishing frequent free content on this consulting channel that is how to make better titles, how to make better thumbnails, which camera should I use, how to edit videos, all of those types of things. I'll put a link in the video description where you can check out that free content on my channel, and also a link to my website so that if you have an interest in being mentored by me and how to do what I do, you can sign up. There's an option on the website for a free consultation, and we can talk about the options for how we can work together. I want to spread this, so I think I'll drive while it raises. And I'm spreading this by hand while the dump trailer runs back down, because the function is kind of slow, but this stuff needs to be spread anyway. I just need to bring a rake with me to do it better. All right, well, with me on grandpa duty, that's all the work I can get done today. Is we did 30 foot of this trail, and I learned a little bit about the chipper. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, found something valuable in it. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.